Hello guys, this is Lowtech Gaming here, and apparently a new DLC has come out for Wargame with Dragon, the game I never feature prominently on my channel, so for reasons I'll dive into another day. Anyway, here's who is here. Awesome. Let's get a brief overview and just look at what they have to bring to the table. For starters, it looks like let's just start with logistics. Blah, blah, words, logistics. I just woke up. I'm sorry. Basic. Yeah, basic command infantry, 100 points. What? Really? Oh yeah, I remember that now. So the Mokava also actually duels as not only a main battle tank, but also as a transport as well, so which is a fairly interesting concept. So actually you can get both. You can get a nice, decent tank as well as you can get command infantry. That's actually pretty cool. Let's see, simple command jeep. It's nice. So they have apparently Russian hardware as well, probably captured, I would imagine, from like the 6-Day War or so, and the other various wars that they've had. Okay, so American command vehicle. Don't know what this is. This is a very interesting looking vehicle, though. I'm assuming it's Russian by design, but I'm probably wrong about that. Then you have the Murkov. Pretty nice command tank. It's actually worse than this one over here, apparently. Like if we do a comparison over here, now I want the, never mind, I have to go back and forth. So this one here has better AP power and better armor and a grenade launcher. You're better off just getting this, paying the extra 20 points, and you're getting a better tank also, and on top of that you don't have to lose the tank. Like you literally get 2 units for 20 points more. It's actually probably worth just getting this over getting this here. Let's see. I think this is an OI American helicopter. I'm pretty sure about that. Pretty interesting. And then no need to look at the FOB. Typical 15 points and 40 point. I know this is like the Hemet, so. With the US Hemet. Let me tell you what, let me back out of here. Go to the armory. There we go. Alright, so now we can compare. So, let's see here. So we have, let me just orient myself. Here we go. This is actually perfect. Right next to one another. So yeah, these are about the same. So they're basically the same vehicle. This is the M35 cargo. They just have a different name for it. And this is the Hemet. Let me unpin it. There we go. There we go. Basically the same vehicle. So, and then you have apparently, I think it's a Sea Stallion or so. Pretty sure it's a Sea Stallion. Yeah, it's a Sea Stallion, basically, or Super Stallion. Logistics vehicle. Interesting enough, this one's actually worse, apparently, so it doesn't carry as much supply, but then again, it's cheaper, apparently, so there you go. Balance. Alright, so now let's look at the infantry here. Infantry-wise, they have single missile infantry with Zelda. Lol. Dear God, did they put enough heavy machine guns on that APC? That actually has to be probably the most efficient APC I've seen for like 5 points. Look at that, just so many machine guns. That's silly. Same thing with this one over here, except for. This one here is earlier, so it doesn't have as much armor, but it's faster. Both are no, only this one's amphibious. So you can choose either between having more armor, or you can choose to get less armor but have more mobility and famous abilities as well. Well, this over here is just a typical fast APC, so it can move very fast on roads. Though it's funny, it's a Russian APC, but it has like a 50 cal on it, so it's like, I really like the aesthetic of so just mixing the two factions. You have a typical helicopter, and then the difference between the two is that this one here has a red eye, this one here has a stinger. The stinger is much better for obvious reasons, better range, accuracy, HE power, suppression, etc. It's just an overall better infantry AAPs. Then what we have here, this looks like the ATGM squad, so nothing very special to say about it. Has 2 people in the squad, 21 AP power. It's okay, I guess. What is this? Oh, this is the same helicopter. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss out on anything on the infantry fighting vehicles. But this one here is just what? What is this? It looks like something from Warhammer 40k with like its up top design and just guns everywhere. It's like a tank that wanted to be an APC very badly. It has terrible speed. It has some okay front armor also, and it has 2 light machine guns, which is interesting. If we look at the infantry group, it's basically a light ATGM squad or so. It has the M47 Dragon, which is not the most efficient ATGM, but I mean, it has AoEs, which is interesting enough. Yeah, so apparently this would be effective against infantry or surrounding infantry. I'm not sure if you can lock on to infantry with this weapon. I would imagine not, but if there are any infantry around, you can get some suppressing fire on them or so and do some damage to them. Yeah. What do you have here? Here are the shark troopers. I'm not even gonna... Yeah, you've noticed I haven't tried to pronounce any of their names because for the life of me I'm just gonna embarrass myself, so I'm just not even gonna go there. So you have basically a Humvee, basically, and then you have... I like this. They have all these Russian weapons. So I love how the Israelis, so despite being heavily funded by the U.S., still have a huge amount of Russian technology. So they have RPGs. So they're overall a good shock trooper. So really nothing much to dive into. You have these guys here. It looks like these guys have a grenade launcher, so they would be... I would imagine they'll be pretty effective at clearing out city districts, basically. As they... Yeah. High explosive ordnance, and also it looks like these guys are the first people to be able to pull out the Makava 2A, basically, as a supporting vehicle, which is nice. As this allows for you to deploy a lot of these guys, and they look like really good infantry suppressing weapons with the grenade launcher. So you can see these guys being a very good duo. They're pretty pricey, 15 plus 80, 95. Well, if you have the money for it, I would recommend going for them, I guess. Is that the first female portrait? That's the first female portrait, I think. I had to zoom in or so. And the militia, that's... I'm not gonna say that's sexist or so, but... meh. Like, I think this is like the only female portrait I've seen in the game, and... I mean, I'm not gonna dwell on this whatsoever, but... I guess it would be interesting to see, because, like, I know that the Israelis have a different, they have a different stance on females in the army than other nations or so. Like, they are more than willing to, yeah, conscript or so and recruit women into their armed forces just due to the fact that they yeah, they're not in a situation to be picky, so surrounded by people who would more than love to see their 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 nation just destroyed, basically. So all the countries in the area. So like, yeah, I don't know. Wouldn't mind seeing some female portraits, but I really don't care for the most part. I'm not gonna make any political stance here. So just a little tidbit or so. And then here you just have, this is like a World War II American half-track. I forgot the name. I think it's an M3 or so. Modernized just a little bit or so with this little extra armor. So overall, it's okay. But apparently its autonomy is terrible. So this militia unit is not going to get far. So let's just say that. Moving on. This looks like the regular infantry. The law is terrible, so as always. And then you have its 90s version, which has just an upgrade of the law that is still terrible. I have to say, I really feel like they need to make it so the law can be used against infantry. So just because it was typically used against infantry. In fact, all RPGs were used against infantry in battles or so. So I think. In fact, no, I'm not going to quote movies or so, the unreliable sources, but I think it'll be an interesting feat. And both of them can also call in the Murkov 2A, so that's pretty nice. Then what do we have here? Ooh, this one. Elite. I'm not going to even try to pronounce that. Assuming they're the Israeli Special Forces with, yeah, bunch of Soviet weaponry, and this looks like a shawl or a small. Why am I embarrassing myself? I need to just look this stuff up. Alright, so I know it's this. Yeah, this. I haven't played this game in a while. The small. Yeah, it's basically the small, except for you don't get the ability to fire at infantry, which sucks. But other than that, I guess they're pretty good. Pretty nice elite force. Oh, you get the super stallion actually as your helicopter, which is nice. And you also get a little light truck. So if you want, you can either bring them in quickly using light vehicles, or you can bring them in using helicopters. Then the last infantry here, I'm not going to try and pronounce their name. Another shock infantry. They'll use these or so. Yep. I would imagine that they're going to be good for close quarters, holding down cities, and then the updated version actually gets stuff. Wow, really? That's the what? No, it's just like they go from Uzis to Call 15s. Interesting. I'll never understand Israeli equipment, I guess, or so. At least in terms of small arms. Moving on, artillery. Let's see what they got here. So for support, they have a Russian cheap AA piece. Actually, it has okay range, but I don't imagine this is going to be your go-to anti-air weapon. Then you have this over here, basically a M113 Vulcan. Pretty good accuracy, has radar, so you have to turn it off if seaplanes show up. And then what is this? Oh, this is awesome. Not only do you have a Vulcan, but you also have a stick. This is why does the U.S. have this? Also, one sec here. This thing probably has more armor. Yeah, it has way more armor than its U.S. counterpart. Interesting enough, and better touch. It's overall better, but then it was made in 1995, so I guess that explains it. But still, that is pretty cool. That is a pretty nice. It's like the NATO Tunguska. So, well, I guess that would be the Geopard also with the Stinger missiles for the Germans, but that is pretty nice. So then you have this over here, basically one of the choppers for the United States. Really nothing noteworthy, I have to say. Then you have mortars. What is this monstrosity here? This terrible armor, terrible it's just not going to go far, but it looks cool. It looks like a, well, it has like double the HP power, which is nice. But it looks like a priest really wanted to be a mortal carrier. So then you have this over. What in? No, this is like taking the what is it? What is the name of the I know there was a Sherman in World War II that had a bunch of like rockets on top. It's like taking that to like the Calliope. Yes, it's like taking the Sherman Calliope and injecting it with steroids. So like this is insane. It really is. This is madness. What else we got here? Oh wow. 15 deal. Okay. I remember these from Battle Line Steel Warfare. I guess I know where they're from now. That is scary. Good telemetry, very slow, but I hate to be hit by one of those missiles here. Oh, this is where I came from. Oh, this is also from Battle Line Steel Warfare. So, 36 rockets. That's pretty scary. I guess it's okay, but I'd rather stick with this bad boy here, with this 15 HE power rockets. And what else do we have here? Oh, typical self-propelled guns or so. Basically, Patton and M109 models or so, heavily upgraded. Dear God, is this? I want to say a heavily upgraded M110, but I don't think that would do this thing justice. Oh my. Well, there you go. And they cost the same, so it's like, do you want greater accuracy or do you want more firepower? Oh no, do you want greater range or do you want more firepower? Choices. Choices, and choices. And we have Sam's. Pretty typical. And then we have this here. Whoa, what is this? Like an ultra. It looks so similar to the Russian high-tier self-propelled gun, but it's just not. Interesting, because they have like two different. Yeah, because like, well, I would hope that you're never going to use this against tanks, but it looks like with its frontal armor of 12, no, you should never use this against tanks. But it gives you 50 accuracy though, so it's like it's saying if tanks show up, you can use it against tanks, but you shouldn't use it against tanks. So what do? Just don't use it against tanks, because it's probably going to lose. And it has terrible autonomy, so it's going to get nowhere well, it's going to get nowhere very slowly, I would imagine. And finally, tanks. Well, not finally, tanks just have a long way to go, but I love tanks. So we have the heavily modified M60. Did I miss something? What's battle gun? Battle optics, cool. Armor everywhere. So we have all these M60s. What do we do with them? Upgrade the nonsense out of them. Yes, sir. Yeah. So yeah. not a bad tank, so it doesn't get an AP increase, but it gets better accuracy and it's better armor. Now this is the interesting thing, the Mocav. Now, it's a main battle tank, but it should, I believe they all should have the ability to transport infantry, I would imagine. But I guess not. Because you have the Mocav B here, so let's see, 155. Yikes. And that's it. Oh my. 180. Wow, they'll even give the Russians one for the money. Not in terms of AP power, but just in terms of range. Can't be fired on the move there, which is unfortunate. Well, this is not a bad tank. Then you also have these Russian leftovers, which is pale in comparison. Then you have Centurions. It seems like everyone has Centurions. Like when Airland Battle came out, I was just like, wow, I just love how all these countries have Centurions. So the Brits must have been making a lot of money back then, just exporting Centurions. Then we have a Recon. Ooh, wow, really? M14. That's interesting. Fairly good accuracy, though. Nice little Recon squad there. It's like, looks like the top of a, let's say, the American light vehicle, so, or the, I'm gonna actually look this up here. Actually, no, I think it might be on the tanks now that I think about it. Yeah, it looks like the, well, I guess not, now that I think about it. Or maybe it does, I don't know. Maybe it's just in my mind, but it literally, it looks like a light tank and an M113 had a child, and this is the result. A scaly M113. I would imagine that this would be pretty effective, Lucio, as a light scout. What do you have here? Well, that's what the Israelis are putting as many heavy machine guns as they possibly can on the vehicles. It's insane. Then you have this over here, which is, it's a recon squad that doesn't know if it wants to be a recon squad, an elite infantry squad, or a ATGM squad. It just decided to put everything in the middle, which isn't really a bad idea. So I'd like to see how they play out. Well, if you want to cannon fodder recoilless rifle APCs, well, there you go. Or just Jeeps, so not even an APC, just a Jeep. They have this over here. Wow, it actually has pretty good range against helicopters, so that should be fascinating, I would imagine. A nice sturdy recon plane. And that looks like a T-55, or a T-54 basically. You can never tell the difference between T-55 and T-54. They literally look the same. It's interesting. I need to look that up. Anywho, I'm pretty sure it's just a captured vehicle from its wars with the other nations in the region. We run the vehicles. We've always seen these, just M13s with as many light machine guns as they could possibly fit on them. Got the BTR 152. APC. Well, no. ATGM Jeeps. You have the tow 1 on the. Actually, that wouldn't be that bad. It's a very good maneuverability. That's scary. Yeah, that's pretty scary, I have to say. Not bad, I have to say. Oh my! What is this? It screams death and agony. What's with the Israelis and taking M113s and turning them into scary vehicles? I don't understand. Am I reading that correctly? So, they took the... I feel like I'm starting to tail up here. They took... Oh my. It doesn't even get its main gun. That's not fair. I think it would at least get it... No, it's a... I think it's a dummy turret, I think. I don't know. Maybe it's disguised to look like a tank. It's obviously a M60's body or so, but it has, like, twice the amount of missiles and better accuracy. Was much slower. But that is still 27. Yeah, that's gonna kill some tanks with one shot. Nothing much to say about that, I guess. Nothing much to say about that either. Here we go. The M51I Sherman. Israeli Sherman. Let's just look at its glory. So finally we have the Sherman in the game. So we can take the Sherman and we can take the Soviet. Where are you? Where are you? Or do you don't even consider them tanks at this point, do you? No, you don't. You probably consider them... Oh wait, we're not at the tanks. There we go. Yep, there we go. A little battle between the two and see who would win. The Sherman had... Well, this is an upgraded Sherman. But then again, that's an upgraded T-34 as well. But still not fair. The T-34 has kinetic rounds, so the closer they get, the harder they hit. Has lower AP power than the Sherman. The Sherman has better range. It doesn't have a machine gun to speak of. The T-34 is faster. The Sherman has terrible autonomy, so it looks like it has one more back armor. So actually, this is well, the Sherman has better fire rate. Well, really, this is as fair as a fire as you're gonna get here. So I don't know. Definitely have to try that out one of these days. Moving on, we have that abomination. We have the... I looked at this over here. I'm just sad that the other tanks can't carry infantry, so which is kind of sad. And we have, yeah, nothing much there. Helicopters. Our transport helicopters. Little tow carrying. As soon as I see a little tow carrying, I see this and I'm just like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to underestimate you guys. Oh my. Well, they should be good in terms of fire support, at least against tanks. Well, you know what we need? We need a Cobra and we need to put Stinger missiles on it. Why not, right? Am I reading that correctly? 28 AP power. So am I on automatic? Let's look at yeah, so it can one-shot you. It can one-shot you. It can two-shot you, doing 6 damage to you initially. It can one-shot you, and it can two-shot you, doing 8 damage initially. This is scary. Absolutely terrifying. Are you sure this wasn't meant to be an anti-ship weapon? I'm pretty sure they mischaracterized it as a anti-vehicle weapon when it should have been an anti-ship weapon. Moving on. Aircraft, we have an A4. Seed aircraft, fascinating. Have basically a wild weasel, except for it has way better seed. Fascinating. It's really, yeah, and it's really F-14 basically. I guess the Pythons are better. They are. But this is the odd thing. These are all like really short-range missiles or so. I mean, the Derby or so is a short-range missile. While it's fire and forget, it's still like a short-range missile in comparison to. Actually, no. In terms of the spell, it's still much better. Like, but it's still a short-range missile. So I don't know how they're gonna do against other. Actually, I haven't played this game in a while, so let me. I don't want anyone else telling me, oh, well, you're wrong, it has an average range. Well, would you look at that? It has an average range, so I'm sorry. I guess I assume that the ranges were a little bit better. My bad. So it looks like it has 700 meters less range, but it has much better accuracy by far, and it's 5 points cheaper. So take it for what it is. And it seems that the Python is basically exactly like the, so it's, I don't know. It doesn't have the same ECM, but you're not going to be missing out. It's still a good air superiority fighter, I guess. What do you have here? Really? What, you target infantry with those, I assume? Oh, that should be interesting. 20 HP power, that's scary. It's gonna have the best ECM strength, but if you get those on target, I don't see anything surviving that, so at least anything without any armor. Yeah. I would have recommended just taking these and just outfitting them on this, but meh, what do I know? Has good ECM though, which is interesting. What is this? Oh wow, it looks like a. Oh, that looks like one of the Chinese fighters or so from Battlefield 2. Very interesting. That's a lot of bombs. 10 bombs. That's terrifying. You have your F-16s. We have cluster bombs. We have Maverick missiles. We have an air-to-air variant, basically. Good, sort of. And then we have our mirages. Very basic. Ground attack version with 1 billion rockets. Napalm, because everyone needs napalm. And finally, well, it doesn't beat the B5, so it has to be said, it doesn't beat the B5. Well, no, why am I looking at the... Oh, it is North Koreans. What is it? There it is. Yeah, obviously it doesn't beat the B5, but it's up there. If this thing hits, everything around it's gonna die. Pretty self-explanatory. Kinda scary though. Yeah. Pretty interesting. And naval, basically you just have your naval. Well, really no. All these things just come with landing crafts for the most part. I don't think the Israelis really have, So, alright, so that's about it. Fascinating enough. So, Israel is in the game. Fascinating enough. let's just look at the numbers here. So 3, 4, 6. That's okay. Infantry. Well, you could get 13 of those. The basic infantry, 18. Good numbers. What can you bring with this? Maximum 7. That's perfectly alright. Bring 3 of those. That's scary. Bring 3 of those as well. That's also scary. Bring 4 of those. That's. Oh, I forgot. The napalm. So yeah, there we go. Whatever doesn't die in the initial attack can burn to death, I guess. 2 of these, 3 of these. Guess this one here, while they're the same price, you just get more of these, I suppose. Tanks-wise, well, I mean, I guess you're going to be depending on a mixture of the two. I'd really just like to go all with these over here, but obviously that's just not the case. Well, you can get a decent amount of these over here. They're only really good tanks. I mean, the Mocav is good, 18 armor or so, but it doesn't have a gun that can even penetrate its armor or so. Its own armor. So, you're really going to be using... That's why it might even be a better investment just to go with these over here, because they're cheaper, you can get more of them. Well, a little bit more of them. But yeah, you're better off just getting these and then having these higher ups than actually getting these here and then these. If you guys like cannon fodder, there you go. Sorry if I sound congested. It's because I am, unfortunately. Get a decent amount of these here. Good numbers. You can only get 3 of the death machine, but you can get 4 of its cousin. Oh, yep, if you love cannon fodder, there you go. Oh wait, no, you can get double, oh. Well, you can get at least 8 of these death machines here, so. Tanks beware. Tanks beware. That's right. So you don't have access to it if you just have the all. You don't have access to the Super Stallion and the all deck. You probably have to exclusively choose one of the decks, or so one of the deck types. But you do have access to a good amount of helicopters. You get 3 here, 9 obviously, and 4 here. There's a plane, 2. Lovely. 2, 3, 6. Look at that guy. He's just killing everything. Let's see. Get 2 of these. 2 of these here. 2 little superiority fighters, really. 3 of the less useful one. Then, you can either use this one as cannon fodder, or you can use this one for, I don't know, more practical uses. Anywho, that's the complete overview of the Israeli faction. Well, I believe they're quite unique, so something really to be added. Though, I would like to see, I don't know, with the Israelis included, I would like to see, like, I don't know, Egypt or Iraq or something, or Iran. Some more factions in the Middle East, so you can have like a little 6-day war, I don't know, 6-day war recreation or something, I don't know. Well, I know Iran was not included in the 6-day war, but it would be nice to see just in general more Middle Eastern countries in there, as they mostly had, yeah, a good amount of them had American and Soviet technology and whatnot, so it'd be cool to see what happens. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, take care, and I will see you guys next time.